Hi, this is Ashley Victoria Robinson coming to you from the Pop Spot here at BookCon, and I am joined by the beautiful, amazing, and talented Alyssa Cole.
Hi.
How has BookCon been treating you so far?
It's been amazing.
Yeah?
I got to ride around on golf carts, meet lots of readers, and yesterday I rode in the front of the golf cart, today in the back, and I was like, I think I'm going to be the first person to fall off of the golf cart. So I'm going to stick to the front from now on. But no, overall it's been amazing. Everything, everyone working here has been amazing. Meeting so many readers and so many new readers as well. I've met so many people who said, oh, well, I saw you were on the site and decided to read your books. I'm like, this is
Slay, that's
amazing
awesome.
Because there are, how many authors are on that site? So, and also just being reminded of like the power, like how deeply and intensely so many people here love reading, which is like a great reminder when you're an author and you're usually like in your room by yourself, like typing away, like that there are so many people who are just deeply affected by your work, the work of your colleagues, and are willing to walk around a huge convention center, chugging around like all these books. So it's just been amazing and inspiring and really fun.
Oh, the upper arm strength of the attendees and the readers has to be out of this world because everyone has 7 books on each side. We're all ready for fistfights at the end.
I also love the teamwork of people being like, okay, you get to that line, you get to that line. We have families working together, friend groups. So.
It's going to be a whole underground network by 2027.
Like you get to the book drop, I go.
I'm going to the signing, I'm going to the panel, we'll report back. Yeah. So when I'm on Storygraph, I often see An Extraordinary Union as a buddy read book. So groups of people are reading it. What do you think it is about that story that makes people want to read it together?
I think there are certain scenes that people who have already read it might want to see their friends' reactions and savor their anxiety.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. But also, I think the romance and kind of the epicness, not calling myself epic, but like this.
I'll say it. Epicness. Your stories and scenes are epic.
Of like their particular romance with everything that's stacked against it.
Yeah.
It's probably really fun for people to like, did you read this or did you read that? I hadn't actually really thought about that, but that's really fun to imagine people like reading the book together like that.
You know, everyone's like, "Hey, did you see my?" I think books that bring people together are some of the most powerful books. So I think you must be an incredibly powerful person.
Oh. Okay, I'll try to use that wisely.
Yeah, so that's why next year they're gonna let you drive the golf carts at BookCon.
I don't know about that. I don't think I'll be invited back if that happens.
No, we're believing, we're manifesting.
They'll be like, she crashed all of the golf carts.
All 27 golf carts. So many of your characters are respectfully deceptive. How do you balance, as readers, showing us who they are authentically, but having them be deceptive to the people around them in the story?
This is really interesting, and like, I always find this aspect of like my own work interesting because I actually hate lying. Yeah. Like I hate it so much. Even like white lies like are very frustrating to me. So I always find it funny that I'm like, now how can I make this character lie about something else in the book? But I always try to maintain a thing first, try to make sure that there are enough clues and backstory that if the reader goes back, they'll see maybe that the deception was there all along.
Yeah,
or
the breadcrumbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also I try to make people who are deceptive, not necessarily because they're trying to like hurt anyone or get over or get something for themselves, but usually because they need to do it to survive, so like as a survival mechanism, which I think can be more relatable for readers or create an empathetic connection to the character. Like they're not trying to harm someone, even if they might accidentally harm someone. For sure. But kind of more lying out of desperation or denial or some other reason that isn't necessarily like I intend to do some harm to someone.
Your books touch on so many iconic pieces of American history, the Civil Rights Movement, the Harlem Renaissance, the American Revolution. Have these always been touchstones that you've personally been interested in, or are they the best settings for your stories?
Kind of both. I was always interested in history, and I always wanted to be a writer. But when I actually never, I like literally said that I'm not going to write historical romance, or I'm not going to write historical fiction, because I was like, it'll be sad. But then
But all the best romances.
and then I reached the point where I was like, okay, I really think that these are time periods that deserve to be kind of immortalized in story, and not just in stories that are like textbooks or literary fiction, because I'm like, people were kissing there.
Of course they were.
and so I basically think like in every horrible situation there were people kissing. And so when I try and think of, often I get interested in a time period, or I learn some interesting fact. Like when I learned about, I have a book called Let Us Dream, and it's set in Harlem, and the hero is a Bengali Lascar who jumped ship, and like that was based on I was reading a real story about the Bengali and Black community in Harlem, of like the merchants and Lascars who would come to the U.S. and then they would integrate into the communities that were already here. And so I just found that so interesting. And then I was also reading about some Black people who would kind of pass as Indian, because Indian and Muslim, it was like most people in America didn't really know. So like someone could like put on a turban and be like, yeah, I'm Indian. And they'd be like, okay, you can get on the bus. Or they took turban off and be like, no, you can't get over, you can't come into this diner. So it was like this like gray area. And I just thought it would be interesting I often like examining like how different cultures overlap and like interact with each other. And so, for that, and also I was like, hey, do you guys know that this happened? So a lot of that is how I end up choosing a historical setting. I get interested in it, and I'm like, oh, other people will probably find this interesting, especially if there was kissing. So
Kissing makes everything more interesting, let's be so real. This might be too much of a spoiler, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is there a historical setting or event that you are perhaps currently interested, or maybe dying to set some kissing in?
There is. I guess I can talk about it. I really want to work on. I have the whole book planned. It's set in England and London in the 1830s, and it's a heist.
Because of course she's a thriller writer now.
Yeah. It's a romance heist with people pretending to be who they're not, being deceptive again. But also it's set during the year when the British aristocracy were getting because they got reparations after the end of slavery. They were paid, and obviously the people who were enslaved were not paid. Yeah. And it's about a heist to steal the money that was going to them from a group of, various people harmed by the colonies. I can't reveal too much about the deceptions going on, but it's something I've wanted to work on for a long time, and hopefully I'll get to do it soon. But that's like the thing that I've been thinking about for a long time, and how it would be fun to explore all of these different areas during that time period that we don't, because like in romance we focus a lot on the Regency, and then there's Victoria, and this is like the period in between that, and where various things were going on, and also in England and then around the world, obviously, and how it would be fun to have like, a ragtag team of bandits.
I hope at BookCon 2027 we are sitting here and we have a copy of that so that I can read it, and that Warner Brothers or Disney or whoever's in charge of Hollywood has bought it. Sounds like it'd make a great film. What a lovely tease for you to let us out on. I have one more thing to ask you before I let you go, because here in the Popverse we celebrate the best in TV, movies, comics, and books. What are you geeking out about that you're not working on? So what are you enjoying just for fun right now?
What am I enjoying for fun? Of course, every time someone asks me this, it like just jumps.
You're like, nothing.
Out of my mind.
I've never enjoyed anything.
I just sit and stare at the wall
and write my little books.
A book series that I've been enjoying is the Roland Sinclair Mysteries by Sulari Jeanty, which after I read those recently, and after that I was like, yes, I definitely have to go back to my historical idea, because it would be so fun to kind of like in those books they kind of are going around the world and like getting mixed up in all kinds of historical real events, but with fictional characters. So I've definitely been geeking about that and telling everyone to read it, and they're like, okay, yes, you've told us this 20 times already.
You're like, I need you to read them. Why aren't you listening?
And also the reboot of Rama One Half that was on Netflix, because that was it's so good. And Rama One Half was my first manga that I ever bought and was obsessed with.
So she loves magical girls.
Yes,
beautiful fighting girls.
Yes, I essentially am Akane, according to multiple people. If you ever want to know what my real personality is like, I mean, when I'm at home relaxing, or not relaxing,
as the case may be,
wanting to punch some dudes. I can't do martial arts, but I wish I could. But yeah, it is a formative story for me, and like I bought the manga at Forbidden Planet back when that's where the only place you could get manga, and we used to watch the old anime, and then when I saw that it was getting rebooted, I was scared. I was like,
correct.
But it's great. I love it so much. I love it possibly more than the original, and it's in a new way. Obviously, you can't surpass it. But
Alyssa, thank you so much for joining us here in the Popverse.
Maybe